right, I got it. This second poem is called Memories. The brain is a pretty rad little doodad, sitting atop your neck, buzzing with blood and budding thoughts like an apple tree in spring. I think it's fascinating that we're still quite clueless as to how it really works. There's one particular part that fascinates me. Memories are the cranial equivalent of keeping a diary or writing in a journal. A collection of feelings and happenings of days gone by and words once said. There are a few journal entries, if you will, that stick out to me. Ones I made with a girl. Let's call her B. If B were here with me today, I'd look her in her big brown eyes and ask her, do you remember? Do you remember the divine way the curves of your body fit into mine as we lay in an amorous embrace amongst the blankets and the downy pillows? Do you remember the way that I told you a million times that I loved your angelic hair, even though you thought it was too long and too messy? Do you remember how we walked through the forest for hours, talking about nothing, and how we sat on a log for what seemed like eternity until I finally manufactured enough courage to finally kiss you? They say that elephants never forget, and every time you cross my mind, I feel my nose getting a little longer and my skin turning a little grayer. Do you remember? Because I sure as hell do. Do you remember how adorable you looked in those pajama pants of mine that were about a foot too long for you because you forgot to bring your own? Do you remember how we sat on a bench and watched the songbirds flit from feeder to feeder as the sun waved us a crimson farewell? Do you remember the feeling of your lips upon my lips and the simple fact that it is impossible to describe that in any banal combination of 26 tired characters? Do you remember the bittersweet intermingling of the smells of my $80 cologne and your $40 shampoo? Do you remember the way we looked in each other's eyes, the vast universes of possibilities leaping from neuron to neuron behind those irises? Wonderful memories, pleasant memories. You couldn't ask for anything better than these kind of memories. But unfortunately, there's more, and there's a reason why they're just memories. I remember the way the blood drained from my face, like your used bathwater drained from my tub, and how my heart went on strike and stopped beating when you told me that we could not be together. I remember how similar the crunch of the leaves and twigs under your booted feet sounded to the cracking and shattering of my sanity as you drove away on that somber day. I remember all the dreams my brain pumped out of its pitiful pineal gland in a futile attempt to travel back in time. I remember the empty spot in my bed and the gaping and gushing hole that exists in my heart